Alright guys, let's go down the Algebra I1 assignment, the solutions. The first question is, how are the independent and the dependent variables different? And I guess the easiest way to explain this is that the dependent variables are dependent on the independent. Right? So you plug independent variables in, they change our dependent variables. And typically we use x and y as input outputs, and x, those are your independent, and y are your dependent. So if you want to try and build kind of a framework around algebra, there's a couple things. Input, x, domain, and independent. These are all words that should be kind of linked together in your mind. The y values, those are outputs, y's, range, and these are your dependent. So that might help you keep all of this straight. X's are inputs, domains, and they're independent. And Y's are output, range, and they are dependent. Let's look at number 2. Question number 2, different words, same question. Which is different? Find both answers. So I don't remember exactly how this looked in your guys' thing. It says, which is different? So answer of the same question. So let's find the ones that are the same. The range, those are your outputs. The input of the function represented by the table, and the x value of the function. So these two are the same, right? And the inputs are -1, -1, 0, and 1. That would be the answer to both of those questions. Find the domain of the function represented. Looks like it would be all three of these. Okay? Yeah, so all of those are the same. This is the answer. -1, 0, 1. And then, which one is not the same? It's this one here. Find the range of the function, and remember the range, those are your y's. And so the answer for that question is 7, 5, -1. Alright. Question number 11 is, tell if this is a function or not a function. And if we look at 11, if we draw a straight line down, a vertical line, it crosses 2 or more times. If there's any place where it crosses 2 or more times, it is not a function, because it fails the vertical line test. The other thing to think about is, you put in a 2, you get out a 2. You put in 2 again, this time it gives you a 4, right? So this is not consistent. It has to be consistent for it to be a function. Number 12, this kind of curvy line, this wavy line. No matter where you put a vertical line, it's only going to cross once. So yes, this is a function. If you use the correct math terminology, you would say every input has exactly one output. Number 14, they want you to do the domain and the range. So the domain, those are all your x values. So this is going to be -2, 0, +2, +4. And your range, those are your y values. So on this one, your range is +3. And you could list it multiple times if you wanted to, but +3 is the range. Question number 17. The function y equals 25x plus 500 represents your monthly rent in y in dollars. Identify the independent and the dependent variables. So if I'm going to rewrite this equation, I've got y equals 25x plus 500, and y is like the dollars, and x is the days late. Alright, so you want to pay your rent on time so you don't get the $25 penalty. We have to determine which one is the independent and which is the dependent. Well, if we look at the equation, this part is going to change and then it's going to affect the y, right? And it's because it's going to affect the y is your dependent. And that means that x is your independent. Alright. The second part is the domain is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They want to know what is the range. So you're going to plug that in. So if we take 0, 25 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 500 is 500. 25 times 1 is 25 plus 500, 525. 25 times 2, 50, plus 500 is 550. The next one's going to be 575, 600, 625. So the question is, what is the range? The range is 500, 525, 550, 575, 600, 625. Number 18, modeling with mathematics. We've got the function y equals 3.5x plus 2.8 represents the cost in dollars to ride a taxi x amount of miles. So we got y, whoops, try that again. Y equals 3.5x plus 2.8. X is the miles, and y is the cost. So which is the dependent and which is the independent? Well, we know that y is going to be affected by whatever x is. So y is your dependent. And that the miles are going to be your independent. Okay. It says you have enough money to travel at most 20 miles. Find the domain and range. So, here's what we're going to do. We've got input, which is going to be 0, and our input is limited to 20. And then we're going to put that through. So if we have 0 and we're putting it in, 3.5 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 2.8 is 2.8, which means if you take a taxi, you're going to have to pay $2.80, even if you don't travel at all, 0 miles. And then we've got 20, so we would have to have 3.5 times 20. That is 70. 70 plus 2.8 is going to be 72.8. Now, we have to decide whether this is continuous or discrete. And I believe that this is going to be a continuous. Let me double check to see what the textbook have, but I think this is going to be continuous. And the textbook does agree with me. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this part. We're first going to have x greater than or equal to 0, and we're going to have x less than or equal to 20. Oops, 20. There we go. Take the smallest one and flip it. That would give us 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 20. There is your domain. And your range is going to be y is greater than or equal to 2.8. And you're also going to have y is less than or equal to 72.8. Take the smallest one and flip it. that would give you 2.8 less than or equal to y less than or equal to 72.8. So those should be your answer. Here is the domain. Here is the range. 19 and 20, it says they describe and correct the errors in the statement about the relationship shown in the table. So if you look here, it says the relationship is not a function. One output is paired with two inputs. And if you look here, our inputs, there is no duplication, right? So this is a function. Okay? So the first part is that it's a function. Each input has exactly one output. That's what it should say. Each input has one output. That would be your explanation. Number 20, the relation is a function. The range is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the first part is correct. It is a function, but the range, remember the range is the y value. So the range would be 6, 7, 8, 6, 9. The number of quarters you put into a parking meter affects the amount of time you have on the meter. So we need to determine which one is the independent and which one is the dependent. So in this one, you're putting in quarters, right? And your quarters, those are going to be independent. Okay, put those quarters in. Independent, it's going to affect the amount of time. So time is going to be the dependent. And it's dependent on how many quarters you put in. Okay. 22. The battery power remaining on your MP3 player is based on the amount of time that you listen to it. So we've got battery power, and we have time. And the easiest way to think about this is your battery power is not going to affect your time. Your time is going to affect your battery power. So your time is going to be your independent. And your battery power will be your dependent. Because your battery power is dependent on how much time you spend using it. Question number 25. The graph represents a function. Find the input value that corresponds to an output of 2. So remember, when we do an input-output, your x is your input, your y is your output. So they want to know the output when it is 2. And if we look at the graph, where is my output 2? Where is my y value 2? The only place that the y value is 2 is when the x value is negative 2. Negative 2, 2 is the value corresponding. The input value that's corresponding to the output of 2 is negative 2. Alright guys, that's it for Algebra I1. We'll talk to you guys soon.